Because the next day God wrapped his hands around Chicken Hill and wrung his last bit of justice out of that wretched place. Hurricane Agnes came along and knocked the power out of 4 counties. The nearby Schuylkill River rose to a height of 7 feet. To hear the old black women of Chicken Hill tell it, white folks was jumping off their rooftops in Pottstown like they was on the Titanic. All those fancy homes down there were swept away like dust. That storm killed everything it touched, drowned every man, woman, and child that come near it, wrecked bridges, knocked down factories, tore up farms. That thing caused millions in damages. Millions and millions. That's white folks' language. Millions and millions. Well, for us colored folks on the hill, it was just another day of dodging the white man's evil. As for the old Jew and his kind that was on this hill, they got all their time back from them that stole everything from 'em. And the Jew lady they wronged, Miss Shona, she got her justice too. For the King of Kings fixed her up for all the good things she done, lifted her up, and filled up her dreams in an instant in only the way he can. That evil fool who called himself Son of Man, he's long gone from this country. And that boy Dodo, the deaf one, he's yet living. They put that whole camp up there in Montgomery County now on account of him. The Jews did. Theater owners, they was. God bless 'em. And them cops and big-time muckety-mucks that was running behind them Jews for the body they found in that old well, they can't find a speck against 'em now. For God took the whole business. The water well, the reservoir, the dairy, the skeleton, and every itty-bitty thing they could have used against them Jews, and washed it clear into the Manatawny Creek. And from there, every single bit of that who shot John nonsense got throwed into the Schuylkill. And from there, it flowed into the Chesapeake Bay down in Maryland, and from there out to the Atlantic, and that's where the bones of that rotten scoundrel whose name is not worthy to be called by my lips is floating to this day, at the bottom of the ocean, with the fish picking his bones, and the devil keeping score. As for old Malachi, the cops never did find him. They come back for him after the hurricane business died away, but he was long gone. Left a sunflower or 2 in the yard, and that's it. Old Mr. Malachi got off clean. He was the last of 'em. The last of the Jews round here. That fellow was a wizard. He was something. He could dance, too. Lord, that man was magic. Mazel tov, honey. Chapter 2. A Bad Sign. 47 years before construction workers discovered the skeleton in the old farmer's well on Chicken Hill, a Jewish theater manager in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, named Moshe Ludlow, had a vision about Moses. Moshe had this vision on a Monday morning in February as he was cleaning out the remnants of a Chick Webb one-night stand at his tiny all-American dance hall and theater on Main Street. Webb and his roaring 12-piece band was the greatest musical event Moshe had ever witnessed in his life. Except for the weekend, he managed to lure Mickey Katz, the brilliant but temperamental Yiddish genius of klezmer music, out of Cleveland to play a full weekend of family fun and Yiddish frolic at Moshe's All-American Dance Hall and Theater 2 months before. Now, that was something. Katz, the kid wizard of clarinet, and his newly formed 7-piece ensemble braved a furious December snowstorm that dropped 14 inches in the eastern Pennsylvania mountains to make it to the gig. And thanks to blessed God, they had. Because Moshe counted 249 Jewish shoe salesmen, shop owners, tailors, blacksmiths, railroad painters, deli owners, and their wives from 5 different states, including upstate New York and Maine, who came to the event. There were even 4 couples from Tennessee who drove through the Blue Ridge Mountains for 3 days, eating cheese and eggs, unable to keep kosher on the Sabbath, just to be with their fellow Yids. And right before